Good morning and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Okay, hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I started off with a clean table and a giant pile of acorn squash. Now I have something fantastic and yeah, a really messy kitchen. So hold on and I'll tell you what I'm up to. Okay, I have 2 giant trays of acorn squash that we have taken out of the garden over a couple of pickings. Yeah, there's some really nice big ones in here. Yeah, and a few little ones, but we are going to use each and every one that I have on this tray. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to get them cleaned up. I've got all of my goodies over here for a little bit further along in the process, but the first thing I want to do is cut them in half. I want to scoop the seeds out and get them arranged on some big baking trays. So let me get started on that and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. Okay, I got just about half of my acorn squash cut up and onto these 2 big baking trays. And I have the oven heated up to 400 degrees. I'm going to just barely put a tiny bit of olive oil on the outside of these just to keep them from drying out too bad. Now the next thing I'll do is put a very easy, sorry I'm trying to think and work here at the same time, piece of foil over the top. And I'm going to get them in the oven, and it's going to take about an hour at 400 degrees, but if I come in to check on them and they need just a little bit more time, I'll add a little bit of time to the clock. But it usually takes about an hour. Let me get the rest of these done here real quick. But I did manage to get about half of them onto both of these trays. So I should be able to get the other half in the next round. This is a wonderful way to preserve acorn squash. So you can pull it out of the freezer all winter and have fresh squash. I am almost done here. Just a couple more. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of foil over the top. And I'm going to slide that into the oven for about an hour. Alright, these are ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to get these tossed in the oven and I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, the timer went off. I did actually give them about an extra 15 minutes. Whew, steamy. Alright, yep, nice and soft. Now I am going to go ahead and set these on the table behind me so they can cool. As soon as they're cool, I'm going to scoop them out. But I do need to run a second batch through the oven, so I'm going to get them cooled off so I can reuse the pan. Okay, there's the second set. Nice and soft. Okay, we'll get these set on the table too so they can cool off. And once they're cooled off and I can have those big pans back, then what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the second set in the oven. But they're going to require probably about 45 minutes or so. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the oven off for just a little bit. And keep my aluminum foil and reuse that. But I will be back in a little while. I do have to let these cool off before I can go any further. They are the only two real big baking sheets I have. So until they're cool enough to put them on like one of the big black trays, then I'm going to go ahead and just let them sit and cool. So hold on and I'll be back in a little while. Okay, I have the next set ready to go in the oven. I'm going to get these guys in the oven and do them exactly the way I did the other two trays. But yeah, it's going to take another hour and 15 minutes. So I'll be back in a little while. Okay, these are the first set of squash that I baked. The second set is out and cooling. The next thing I'm going to do is scoop all of these out. I'll put them in this big pot here. Now I have a lot of these to do. It's going to take me a bit. But it is also the reason why I'm wearing one of Mark's big old t-shirts, because yeah, can get really messy. But I'm going to go ahead and work on this. It is going to take me a little bit. So I'll put a break in here, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I have a giant pot of acorn squash. Yes, absolutely fantastic. I have made quite a mess, but this, to show you the size of this pot, this is my big water bath canner, and you can see how full it is. What I'm going to do is I have my immersion blender here, and I have some water. It'll make it a lot easier to get it to more of a, like a puree. I'm going to put a little bit in, and I'm going to just slowly start mixing this until it kind of the consistency of thin mashed potatoes. That way I can either turn it into a casserole or turn it into soup when I bring it out of the freezer. But this blender is really, really loud, so what I'm going to do is put a little break in here. But hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, that only took about 5 minutes. You can see the consistency in there. Actually reminds me a lot of baby food. Absolutely perfect. Now I'm going to get my vacuum sealer ready. And I have some bags that I like to use specifically for this. And I'm going to actually use the vacuum sealer a little bit different. I'm not going to suck the air out. I'm just going to squeeze the end. I'll show you. It's really easy. But I'm just going to squeeze the end and make sure that there's no air and that the end of the bag is clean, and then I'm going to seal it. But it's going to take me just a couple of minutes to get that ready. Get my hands cleaned up so I can handle the bags. And we'll be on our way. Okay, these are the poly bags that I have. These are 6 by 12 inch bags. They are already pre-made. They are sealed on 3 sides. All I'm going to do is fill them and seal them. But yeah, it's going to be messy. But that's the best thing about working in the kitchen. Get a couple of clean paper towels over here so I can wipe the top of the bag if I make too much of a mess. But I'll show you doing this once, and then I'll put a break in so I can get a few more done. But I like to use my big canning funnel. That way it gets far enough down in the bag that I can keep a pretty clean edge on the top. Okay, I have a nice clean edge, and I'm just going to lay this on its side, push the air out, and just seal it. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Nice clean edge, nice good seal. Kind of like big squashy pillows. But that is ready to just go straight to the freezer. I've got quite a few more to do, so I'll just put a break in, and you can just kind of watch over my shoulder as I do it a few more times. Okay, there we are, all sealed up. I have 9 nice big bags of already cooked fresh squash. Yeah, so many things that you can do with it. These guys are headed to the freezer, and I'm really, really happy about it. That's a lot of work, but for a good cause. Okay, sorry the wind just started kicking up. You probably hear a wind chime in the background, but absolutely love to put acorn squash away like that. And yeah, like I said, you can use it as a casserole. You can thin it down and make soup. Absolutely perfect way to do it. We like to put it in a pan with a little bit of rice and sausage. Yeah, really glad to have those ready to go in the freezer. But I have made a mess out of Mark's big old shirt, and yeah, they always come in handy. I do have an apron, I really do, but yeah, I like Mark's big old shirts. Anyway, absolutely fantastic day, but it has been a long day, and I think my feet have had it for today, so I'm going to go rest, and then it's going to be, yeah, about time to talk about supper. So, anyway, yeah, definitely need a break. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when I spend another wonderful day in the kitchen doing something fun. Yeah, I'm a hot mess. I can't help it. But if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. I do need a break, and I need to get off my feet for a while. But, yeah, thank you for spending just a little bit of your day with me. And don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.